Welcome to MaisieDunbar ColorLab, Bluffajo Cosmetics, powered by Bluffajo Cosmetics. So what is a ColorLab? Everybody kept asking me, what is a ColorLab? What are you doing? What are you doing? So here today, I get a lot of DMs. I get emails in addition to DMs. People don't know what to do with from one brand to the next. They trying to figure out what is Bluffajo, what Bluffajo looks like in terms of the pigments, why our lipsticks last longer than others, all of those things. So this Color Lab is to introduce you to some of the behind the scenes things that we do with Bluffajo. And the reason why I had someone else coming on board with me was because she was going to help me navigate the process to you all. It's kind of hard to do by yourself. So with that being said, we're going to do the best we can with what we have, because I couldn't find her on Facebook. I think she's thinking I'm doing it on Instagram. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Thank you all so much for spending your afternoon with me. I am MaisieDunbar, president and founder of Bluffajo Cosmetics and the MaisieDunbar Beauty Brands. What is the MaisieDunbar Beauty Brands consist of? The MaisieDunbar Beauty Brands consists of MaisieDunbar Experience and MaisieDunbar Beauty and Brains Institute, and we feature Bluffajo Cosmetics. I'm also the author of the book Faith, Fun, and Finance. In this book, I start talking about my faith in God, and I go into my backstage situation. Most of the celebrities that I've done doing some backstage work, and oh, here she is. And then oh, that's Zoe. Hey, Zoe. And then also talking about the financial part. So as a business, you do need kind of all three parts. You know, you definitely need to have faith in God, because he's the finisher, he's the orchestrator, he's everything. So I talked about faith, fund, and finance because I was at that point when I wrote the book, I had gone through a tremendous amount of issues. So where I was, I knew that my faith kind of brought me through. And one of my clients was like, Maisie, you should write a book. So I did the book, and she basically edited it for me. Her and one of my other girlfriends, Sharon Page, they edited it for me. And voila, the book was born. I think it was 2015 or something like that, or 2014, something like that. I never really talk about it until people said, don't you have a book out? So I told myself, you know, I had to tell my 53-year-old self, I told my 53-year-old self I was going to start talking about it. So please bear with me. How did I do? Did I do good talking about it? Let me know. So today I'm going to start off first with our foundations. The reason why I'm starting off with our foundations is because your foundation is the key. People will try other lipsticks, people will try other mascaras and all of that, but they're kind of loyal to the foundation. So the reason why Bluffajo Foundation is what it is today, because when I launched my product, I launched it after my mom passed. And prior to Bluffajo Cosmetics, I had a spa. And prior to that, I did makeup. Makeup came to me naturally, so I did makeup. But after my mom died and I decided to get into the makeup space, I went back to school to study the science behind makeup. So the Bluffajo Cosmetics that you see today is not because we're just putting things out there because we just want to put things out there. You know, there's a lot of research that I do, a lot of testing that I do before I put something out, so that I want to make sure that the pigments are true. The pigments, the consistency are what they say is going to be. So I go back and forth a lot. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes before the product actually comes to market. And being in the consumer product space, we all know that it is very competitive. And everything in life is competitive. So when I look in the mirror, I look at me. I look at what can I do to make Bluffajo better. I think one of the best compliments I've gotten is the other day when Marita called me and we were talking, and she said that Jeff talked about how great the product is. For a man to say how great the product is, you know, women we say that to each other, but for him to identify the work that I put into it, because it's a lot of work that gets put into it, and with us being a boutique brand and basically funding and financing myself, you know, raising funds, financing it myself. Initially, one of my cousins, they invested in the brand, and I thank them for believing in me, you know. And look, I still need to pay. I still got to finish paying them too. So it's a journey, and to have people say what they say about your journey, and because I put a lot into it. Before we launch a lipstick, a lot goes into it. Like I said with Bluffajo, we're not a number, you're a name here. You know, the product that we pick are named after people that are close to me or close to my family or my family members or my clients that have supported. When we started Bluffajo, we actually started Bluffajo selling raffle tickets. Yes, raffle tickets. We only started with 4 lip glosses. That's what we started with, 4. So everything starts with 1, but we started with 4. And from that 4, we now have over 262 products. Thank you so much, Harold. Thank you so much. We now have over 262 products. We have over 262 products not because I'm great. I have over 262 products because you have believed in me. And my number 1 fans are my family, my close friends, and my clients. They support me. Marita has been like one of my raving fans. She spreads the word every chance she gets to anybody and everybody. So it does Tata. Happy birthday, Tata, by the way. I'm supposed to do my dance for Tata, so I'll do that later. Happy birthday. Hey, Crystal. So it's a lot of people that go through this process to make you become who you are. So the ColorLab today, I thought about it, you know, especially when Marita called me and told me that she had mixed some colors. I was like, you know, I mix colors a lot, and people often want to know what's what. And so after I thought about it, I said to myself, I'll do a ColorLab and talk a little bit about what we have in our ingredients and all of that good stuff, so people would know. So our HD foundation, if you missed the last live that I did on Bluffajo page, our HD foundation is water-based. So you have a choice. Let's say if you want to get a foundation that is not your complexion, because what I'm finding also is that someone can be a dark pigmented person, and then I would use the complexion that matches them, which is called Goddess. And I would use Goddess, and they would say to me, that's too dark. And then I want to say, but that's your complexion. Because so many people are so used to people not using the right complexion on them. And oftentimes when you're dark, a lot of the pigments have a tendency to oxidize really quickly, so it makes you gray. I know you guys have said that. If you have seen that, show me a thumbs up or show me a heart. It makes you gray. So for me, testing my foundations, I use the people in my family that was darker than me. So my sister Kathy, there's the foundation we have called Diva. It used to be called Sophisticate. I changed the name of it and named it Diva. So Diva, Kathy tested Diva for me because she's dark. And we now have Goddess. Goddess is darker than Diva. It has more of a pigment. When I started going back home, I noticed I needed to expand the shades and pigments that we had. So we expanded it with Goddess. So Goddess is for someone that is really, 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 really dark, like as dark as my t-shirt, can wear Goddess. So let's say, for example, you have a cross between Goddess, who's somebody that's really dark, and me. So the person says there are times that people have different complexions on their face. And the reason for that is sometimes people don't use sun protection. And because they don't use sun protection, that's what happens. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to start off with Lady Foundation, which is what I use. And I'm going to show you the right way to use it. You can use it with a foundation brush, or you can just use it with a sponge. So I'm going to use it with the sponge. I'm going to try to lift my glasses up a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And really, if you want to find out if the foundation is the right color for you, you just kind of go down the side of your like your neckline, and it needs to blend. If it doesn't blend in, if you want to go a shade light with your foundation, then your powder needs to be darker. Because if you go a shade light with your foundation, like for me, sometimes in the winter, I get a little bit lighter. So if I go a shade or two lighter with my foundation, then I will make sure my powder is a lot darker. Because if your powder is a lot darker and it blends, then at that point, it becomes a nude face. So that's the key thing you want to look for. So I can't really see y'all. I'm just telling you, it may not even blend right because I can't really see what I'm doing. I did something to my eyebrows like earlier, so I don't want to like mess it up. So if you're using a sponge, like a blender sponge, you want to like press the foundation into your skin. If you're using a brush, a foundation brush, then you would brush it on. If you're using a sponge that comes in with the powder, then you will also press it into your skin. Because when you do this, you have a tendency to move product. So you want to press it in. It's like you're pressing it and you're moving it that way instead of doing this. Because if you do this, you're actually moving the product. Okay? So that's that with that. You want to blend also on your neck. Okay? So you want to blend it a little bit on your neck so it comes and it blends all the way down. So I only did one side of my face. As you can see, it's very sheer. So if you want to mix, right? If I want to mix these two foundations, I'm going with the darkest foundation we have, which is Goddess, right? And then I'm going to go with the lightest foundation we have. What's this? This is Sheena. No. The lightest foundation we have is called Miss Bonnie, but I don't have it in the HD right now. I'm sold out of it. So I'm going to use, I'm using Kinda, okay? So I'm going to take these two and I'm going to use the back of my brush and I'm going to mix it in. You know, I'm going to mix it in. As I mix it in, you can see I have a darker color, right? So one of the things that we have in our product is that you can go a shade up or a shade down. However, I'm just going to use this. However, if you're several shades and you want to mix up, you have something else, you just go ahead and mix it in. So I'm doing this because there are times that I like to look like I got a tan. If I want to look like I got a tan, this is my trick that I do. I mix my lighter foundation and with my darker foundation, and it gives me this, and it makes me look like I have a tan. So some of you may see my pictures on Instagram or Facebook or what have you. I look like I've been in the sun. Now you know my secret. Now I got to kill you because you know my secret. So anyway, that's how you can mix your foundations. So when you're buying your foundations, you should be buying Bluffajo, by the way. But if you have a foundation in your collection right now that you feel like, with our foundation, you can go a shade up or a shade down and use the same foundation. But there are other foundations on the market that you cannot do that. So if you already have in your makeup bag a foundation that's one shade is darker than the other, mix the two. But you want to mix it so that it's consistent, especially if it's liquid. If it's powder, it's a bit difficult to mix together. What you can do with the powder is this. You can put the powder on your face. Put the lighter powder on your face and then follow the lighter powder with a darker powder in your powder brush and just use it all over your face. You could do it that way as well. So then that way, so if you're using powders, that's how you will use your powders. If you're using liquids, that's how you will use your liquids. Comprende? Let me know if you understand, please. So then once you set your foundation, if you feel that it's set, then you go back in with your translucent powder. If, like for me, sometimes I use concealer, sometimes I don't. If you don't have concealer, you don't have the money to buy concealer, just stick your foundation, look up, and go under your eye. And the thing about your concealer should really match your complexion. If you want to highlight underneath your eye, then your concealer should be lighter than your complexion. I talked about that on the last video, but definitely, if you need more explanation, let me know. If you don't, then we're good. I'm sorry, I can't see worth nothing, so please bear with me as I go, and I'm trying to do this. So now, I have no idea what I look like, but now, I'm gonna go with my loose powder, right? And because the loose powder is rich in pigments, I usually take a little bit out and I put it in the top of my powder, and then that's when I just kind of go over my face. And that's that. I don't use a lot. Our powders and our foundations are really, really rich in pigments, so you don't need to use a lot. Like, I have people that have ordered foundation like over a year ago, and they still have it. You saw that little bit that I used. Look how much I still have left on my hand. I still have a lot left on my hand. So the foundations, a little bit goes a long way. It will last you at least a year, year and a half. Our shelf life on our foundations is about a year and a half from when you open it. So you want to use it by then at least to get it, to get the full benefit of the product. Okay, so there we have a foundation. So I used my I used my loose powder a little bit darker so that I can blend everything, so everything can be one. And then you can set it with the translucent powder. So the translucent powder is more or less the white powder. In most cases, you will always see translucent powder as a white or like an off-white, some sort of like a cotton, like the color of cotton, which the color of cotton is really gray. So it'll be off-white or gray. So you can use it that way and do that. All right. So yeah, so that's how you can deal with the foundations, trying to find your right foundations. Now, I am going to talk a little bit about, I talked a little bit about the brow powder earlier, and we also have a pencil. So the pencil, you can use the pencil. If your hair is dark, I highly recommend, if you have like black hair, use a dark brown pencil, not a black pencil. The black pencil is going to be a bit hard on your face, most especially the older you get. So you want to make sure you're using like a dark brown pencil. If you don't want to use a pencil and you want to keep it, nice and very, very natural looking, you use a brow powder. This brow powder, I've had it for over a year. I use it for my brows, and I also use it for shadows sometimes. Like on set earlier, I had to do a bruise, so I used it as the base for my bruise, especially when they were telling me that the bruise had to be very, very deep in pigment. So I can't really see y'all, but you get the picture. This is what you would do. You would use the short side of the brush. It's the angle brush. So you use the long side to start in here. You use the short side to go down on your eyebrows. And you can see that it's very rich in pigment. So the other things that we have that you can use as well is your brow fixers. Hey, Victoria, how are you? It's your brow fixers. So the brow fixers is also another option. And then if you want to highlight it, you go with your concealer. So if you want to use a concealer I was about to use lipstick. If you want to use a concealer that doesn't move a lot, you want to use like a cream concealer. So you will use the cream concealer, and I wouldn't even try this right now because I know I'll make a mess because I can't, it's hard for me to do my own makeup, but I can't see like the way I need to see because normally I take my glasses off. So if I take my glasses off, I won't be able to see it. So the concealer, you would use to highlight it. So you're not going to use a concealer that blends in. You're just going to use a concealer that maybe it's a shade lighter. You don't want to use a concealer that is too light. You see how sometimes people do their brows and underneath their brows is almost like it's white. So you just want to do a little bit of a little bit to highlight the shaping to help you fine tune the shape that you created for your brow. So that's how you will definitely do that. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about sensitivity to the skin. So when you have someone that has a lot of redness, or you yourself, if you have a lot of redness, hey Steven, thank you for joining in. Thank you so much. If you have someone that has rosacea, or you have someone that has extreme sensitivity to their skin, if you're working on a Caucasian person, or if you are a Caucasian person and you find that your skin is really pink in some areas, before you put your concealer on, you can correct that. If you do not have a color corrector, you can use your lipstick. For example, if you have a red lipstick, if you have a red lipstick and a purple lipstick, you can blend your red lipstick and your purple lipstick. Let me see right now. Let me blend it for you guys so you can see. Red. You can blend your red lipstick and your purple lipstick, and you can actually camouflage. You can camouflage that imperfection that you have on your skin. So I'm going to use, I already washed my hands earlier. So I'm going to use MTM Style. MTM Style is it's like a blue red, very rich red, as you can see, right? And then I'm going to use purple. Okay, this is Cheryl. So I'm going to use Cheryl, right? I'm going to mix these two colors so you can see. And I'm going to use in a little bit of Cheryl, maybe a little bit more. I want to use a little bit of Cheryl, and I'm going to blend Cheryl in with MTM Style so that I can get the right color I need to get. To put on the skin. And by mixing that red and the purple, just very little if you don't have a corrector. And that way you can camouflage some of that pinkness that you may have. You can also use green and purple. If you're using a purple, straight up purple lipstick to help camouflage your imperfections, you want to use like a lavender, more of a lavender base. Use lipsticks and not lip gloss. So that will help to correct the issues that you have. Of course, you will put that on before you put your foundation on. Hey, Steven. Oh, thank you so much. The bottom, you're right, Steven. The bottom is show not an option. You will definitely put that on first. And then you put that on first. You put your concealer on. You put the corrector on. Then you put your foundation on. So that's how you can mix. If you don't have a color corrector, you can then use your lipsticks to do your color correction. If you understand that concept, please show me some hearts. Please let me know, and I would love to hear from you. If you want to make it a little bit closer to like the skin tone, then add a little bit of your concealer in with your mix and mix it all up together so that you can get it going in the right complexion. So you just see how I mix that concealer with it. You can see it. It just kind of blends right in. See? So if someone has rosacea, someone has issues with their skin, there are ways to color it. If it's red, you want to come back it. If it's pink and it's, because sometimes with Caucasians, the skin can be very, very red. And even with us sometimes, when your skin have been compromised and people have sensitivity, there's a way to correct it. If you don't have the money to go and get a color corrector, you have your lipsticks and you can definitely use them. But you have to work with them and make them transparent, and then before you put it onto your skin. But you can use a nylon makeup brush. If you don't have a makeup brush, you can use a lip one. If you don't have that, you can use an orange wood stick. If you don't have that, use your finger. It spreads. The heat from your body warms the product, and it makes it easy to spread. If you're working on set, you're doing a photo shoot, and you happen to have forgotten your corrector, use what you have. You can use a purple lipstick. It's always, anytime you're in doubt, go to a purple lipstick and mix it with like a beige concealer. You'll be good with that. Works really well. So that's that with that. If you don't have any questions, we're gonna move on to making these lip colors. So if every woman has a red lipstick, right? If you have a red lipstick and you have a white pencil, and all you have is a red lipstick and a white pencil, guess what? You can actually make a pink lipstick. So the first thing you would do to make the pink lipstick, you would use your white first. So, but if it's a white pencil, I only have one white pencil. My white, yeah, I think I left my, I think I left my pencil. I think I left my pencil in the ladder. So you will use your white pencil first, and then you will pretty much paint your lips with the pencil, and then you will go over the pencil with red lips, and then it will give you the color. It will give you the color pink. So I'm going to try some other colors right now for you to see. I'm going to use Asia, right? I love this color. I'm going to use it by itself at first. I'm more of a neutral lipstick kind of girl, but today, just for you, I'm going to wear color. So, yes, I'm going to use Asia. Y'all bear with me now. You know, I can see. I use Asia on one side of my lip. Let me know if you like this. If you like it. All right. So, yeah, one side of my lip I'm using Asia. There's a method to my madness. I want you guys to see the different lip colors. I didn't get a chance to really show all the lip colors on my skin in the last one, but now I want you guys to see. Now I'm going to use Congo on this side of my lips. And these are matte lipstick. Actually, they're velvet lipstick. So the velvet has like a smooth application, a smooth feel. Just that quick. And the reason why I did that, I really didn't want the lips to be too purple. And I really didn't want the lips to be too pink. I wanted to show you how you can mix it up and get the perfect color. And I love this color. This is my first time trying this color. This is nice. I like that. It makes your teeth look white. See? My teeth look white. So I mixed that. So now I'm going to mix, MTM lips, and I'm going to mix it with Fine Gear. Should I put it on top of this so y'all can see? No, I'm not going to do that. I would do that, though, if I was, like, at home by myself. I'm just showing you guys how you can really mix the colors. If you want to be cute about how you take your lipstick off, you hold one end and you do this way. Go to the other end, you do this way. But I'm not doing that. I got to get this done. So that was the makeup remover wipe. So now I'm going to use this red. You always want to get the corners of your lip. I know these men on here, y'all like red lips. If you like red lips, holla at your girl. And now I'm putting the Fine Gear over it. So I'm just going to like tap it. This is all my personal stash, so. That just lifts up my lip. Give me kissable lips. Kisses to you guys in a great week. So that's how I mix those two. So now I am going to mix some other lip colors so you can see how you can actually add on. I am going to mix Ice Baby. Actually, no. Before I do that, let me do this. So now that I have this on, right, I'm going to take Penny Lover. I don't want the product to get messed up, so that's why I'm using that. I'm going to take Penny Lover and I'll put a little bit of Penny Lover right here in the middle. And you see how rich the pigments are, you know? Yeah. So that's one way you can do it. Or you can even, I'm going to do something. I'm going to remove the red and I'm going to use the Penny Lover. And then I'm going to show you, as I was stating earlier, how you can use our products if you don't have a liner, how you can use it as a liner. And look, my makeup still didn't come off. See? People are always worried about that makeup coming off. Look. Wait a minute. Alrighty. So, we're going to do Penny Lover. And I'm just going to show you guys how you can use the red to work that in. This color reminds me of a color for my cousin Eva. Eva like this color. Another color Eva will like is Meredith. I'm going to do Meredith. And another color she'll like. That red I know she'll like. I always see her in colors like this. So now I'm going to take the red. I'm actually taking a different red. Actually, no. I'm going to take the same red. So now you see the way our brushes are. Let me show you. This is the flat side and this is the long side. So the point on the long side is what you're going to use to line the lip. So I'm using the point. I'm not using the flat side. I'm not using the long side. We're going to use the point. And that's what I am using. If you want the lipstick to blend in more with, I can't see y'all. If you want the lipsticks to blend in more with your lip, you will do the liner first and do the lipstick over it, putting it into the liner a little bit and then bringing it out. If you don't have a liner, if you're using lipstick. If you're using lipstick or you're using a lip liner, you do it the same way. If you want the liner to enhance the lip color you have, we're not doing ombres. We're just talking about just enhancing the overall lip. You would do the lipstick first and then line it. If you want the lip liner to blend in with the lip, you would do the liner first and then lipstick. I hope we're clear on that. So now that we have that, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mix the Liberian Jew with Tate Piqué so you can really see. And then I'm going to mix the Liberian Jew with one of the other colors. I don't know which color I'll use yet, but I'll mix it with that. I'll probably mix it with Ice Baby, and then I'm going to do some other mixing as well. Please let me know what you want to see. If you have any of Bluffajo products in your collection and what you want to see, or any other color you may have, let me know what you want to see. because I want to do what it is that you want me to do and not what I want to do. You know, the lipstick Kathy, our lipstick Kathy is like a perfect nude. So it's definitely a color that you can use as a base and use like a red liner or a red lipstick underneath to line your lips and blend it in really, really nicely. It's definitely one of those colors. So if you have a dark lip and you want to, you have a dark lip and you just want to put on the lipstick and you don't want to change the pigment of your lip color, all you're going to do is just apply the lip. If you want to change the pigment of your lip color, then you need to use a concealer. So depending on the pigment that you want to come out, it's the kind of concealer you're going to use. So for example, if you are about my complexion, or if you're darker than me and you started bleaching it now, you're light as I am, but your lips are dark, and you want to use like a lighter color, then you need to lighten your lip a little bit with a concealer, or lighten your lip a little bit with a white pencil, and then tap on the pencil so you don't have too much pigment of the pencil, and then go in with the lip color that you want. Okay, so now we're gonna go to black. Are you ready for black? This is Liberian Jew. Are you a Jew? Are you a Liberian Jew? Let me know. Look at this. That's what's up. And you can tell that I don't have a lot of pigment on there. So you can see how rich the product is in pigment. Very rich in pigment. I'm not putting too much pigment on it because I'm constantly changing the lip color. And I don't want to... So now, this is a... So if you're bold and you feel you can carry this, this is an awesome lip color that you can carry. So the black, and then you put a little bit of the Tata Pekin over it with the silver. It just really enhances it. It just really enhances it. So that is that with that. So if you want to take this in a different direction, I'm going to take it in a different direction. So this is Boucher Boo. In this color, I named this color Boucher Boo because I like the name. One of my clients, her husband calls her that. And she has a necklace that says Boucher Boo. And keep in mind, black lips will make your teeth look white. Look at my teeth. I can't see nothing else, but I can sort of see my teeth. So I'm going to use this purple and just see what we get. So if you want a dark purple, you like it? So it gives it like a grayish and blackish type purple. And then you can still see the benefits of the Tata Pekin behind it. So it's just, if you have these colors, I know some of you buy a lot of the lipsticks. So just mix it up, play with it. And I want to see what you're doing. I want to hear what you're doing. I know Marita is mixing a lot. She's been playing around a lot. She and Jasmine, her daughter. So they've been playing with it a lot. I want to see what it is that you guys are doing, because we'd love to see what you're doing with the product, because it just kind of inspires me, you know, to see what you guys are doing with the product. So that's, you can do that with that. You can apply more purple, of course. The more purple you apply, it's not going to be purple, but it's going to be like a blackish purple. So you get that beautiful purple. You know what I mean? So that's how you can do that. If you want to apply lip gloss to it to get it to pick up a little bit, you can do that. If you want to, if you have highlighter, you can do the highlighting and just stick the highlighting and do that on your lip. If you want to, you know. Because some people like to do different things, you know, to go out in the street, you know, when they're going to the club or going wherever, to do different things. So there are different ways you can do it. There's different ways that you can do it. I told you this makeup remover wipe was the bomb. Look how many times I've used it. Look. Y'all want to see? Look. I am the recycle queen. So, before recycle became recycle, I was recycling. So, there you have it. So, now I'm going to go with the lip glosses, right? Just so you can see how you can use the lip gloss to make it fun for you. I can't believe it's all 5:20 already. So we got like 10 more minutes. My favorite lip gloss to blend is Julia. Reason why, not because Julia lip gloss is one of our #1 sellers. So I'm going to use Julia and Wata. I'm using Wata because it has more of a pigment. And although we have lip glosses, but our glosses are really rich in pigment as well. So you can actually see. I'm going to do this. And now I'm going to get into the lipsticks a little bit. I did that with the velvet lipstick, but I want to get into like these lipsticks so you guys can see more. And then I'm just going to put this over it, just gently. If you're going to the gym, or you have a hard Zoom date, and you don't feel like putting on too much makeup, it's a great way to get it, to kick it off, you know? It's a great way to kick that date off. Do it like that. That's how you can do it. You can definitely do it like that. Okay? So now, I was talking to you guys earlier about some of our browns. You know, people are afraid of wearing brown lipstick. I don't know why. I love brown lipstick. So I am going to take this off. I may not have any lips left by the end of this thing, but it's down for the cause. You got to do what you got to do. Down for the cause, down for the cause. Yes. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to remove the lip gloss. I think I should get a new wipe so y'all don't talk about me. But I'm going to remove the lip. It feels so good. I don't want to take it off. I'm going to remove the lip gloss. Okay, so now I am going to use Tamika. Actually, I'm going to use I'm going to use Tamika. I'm going to use Tamika mixed with Golden. But before I do that, I want to show you Speak. Speak is a brown that I was telling you all about. And I was telling you how much I like it. So I'm going to use Speak. And then I'm going to line Speak with something else. So you see the point of the lipstick? So when you're putting on your lipstick, you always want to keep your points until the lipstick gets really low before you take out that point. So in order to apply the lipstick correctly all the time the same way, it's the best thing to do, just to keep your point and apply it. So if you're going to use the lipstick to line, you will use your point. If you don't have a liner and you want line, you will use your point. So your point is how you use to like line the lips. Like that. So this is Speak that I just put on. I am gonna use Tamika. Tamika is a soft pink. I named it after the recording artist Tamika Moore. Huge fan, huge supporter. You know, just an amazing woman of God, amazing woman, just a huge supporter. So I'm going to use Tamika, but I'm going to use Tamika like right in the middle. And just because I'm going to lighten it a little bit. So I can show you different with, and by using this in the middle, the base of this has like a lavender, so it's going to bring out that lavender. So if you use this mostly in the middle and you push your lip outward, then it's going to create a natural liner for it. It almost looks like an ombre. And when you clean off your lipstick, you wipe it this way as well, so you can keep your shape. You want to keep your shape, okay? You want to keep your shape. Now I'm going to use I'm Golden. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to use I'm Golden, and I'm going to line I'm Golden. Let me know which one you like the best so far. And let me know what you have. Whatever you have, we can definitely help you. Come up with colors. So Golden is definitely one of those colors for weddings. If you're doing a wedding or you just want a clean look and you don't really want much, you can do this and mix it with a nice lip gloss and you're good. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to line it, and I'll do it and mix it with a lip gloss. See it? So that's that, and then I'm going to line it. I'm trying to think what I'm going to line it with. I'm looking for... Okay, I'm going to line it with this lip color called Tasha. So I named this lipstick after a makeup artist of mine that helped me a lot out of Miami. And I just wanted to honor her for all of her, all of her commitment and all of that, just to tell her thank you. So I honor her by naming a lipstick after her. So I'm going to use the points to this and then just line my lip with that. So it gives it a little bit of definition. If you want more definition, you can use whatever you pick to use. So once I've done that, right? So now I'm going to mix it with, I'm going to put a little bit of Sophie lip gloss on it, just to give it more of a glossy feel. And keep in mind, when you're mixing your lipsticks and your lip glosses, you always want to, most especially if you use a different color, you want to clean it with especially with lip glosses before you put it back in the tube. Just kind of wipe it on paper towel or Kleenex or something before you put it back in the tube. If you're doing a lipstick, just clean off your lipstick before you put the caps back on, just to get in the habit of doing that. Because if you don't do that, after a while, you notice, you have this huge buildup, and then you don't even know, like, what's what. Keep in mind, just as much as you can get back, your lips have bacteria, your eyes have bacteria, your skin have bacteria. So that is why we always push keeping your brushes clean, keeping your lipsticks clean, keeping your eyeliner clean, by sharpening it. You don't have to sharpen it to make it sharp. You can just sharpen it to move it so that it can move. So now, earlier I was talking about our mascara. Now I'm going to show you about our mascara. Love, 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 love this mascara. So I'm gonna take my glasses off. So now I really cannot see, but you wanna look forward and do the bottom first. You always want to do your bottom first, because if you do your top first and when you go to do your bottom, it's gonna leave an imprint on your eye. So you want to do your bottom first. I actually need a mirror close by, but I was trying to be psychedelic and do this. And then you can use the tip of the mascara wand to like do your ends. I'm not going to do that right now because I really cannot see. I don't want to poke myself in the eye. And you can do that also to do the inside. And then you look up and you do your bottom. Or you do your bottom first all together. Do the bottom here and then you do your top last. If you find that it's not as clear as you would like it to be, get a disposable wand or a old mascara that has no product on it and just kind of comb it out so you can comb out the pigment on your mascara, on your lashes, so that your lashes can look good. So now for I'm going to use the blush. This is it's a bronzer blush. So I'm using it as a blush. I'm not using it as a bronzer. So I want you to see how soft it is, you know. So do this. I know where my cheekbones are. I don't need to do that, but you can do that if you need to know where your cheekbones are. So to be consistent, if you do this way, you gotta do this way. This way, you gotta do this way. If you're not concerned about being consistent, you just go like this. You want it to be a circle. Like sometimes people put, as they used to call them, rouge back in the day. That's how they put it on. They would smile. But if you want to do a line with the brush, then you want to go in the same direction. I didn't like twist my brush. I just went like this, but I twist my hand and went like this. First as, you know, and then, so it's this, twist the hand, this. Short side, long, same thing, okay? So now, are there any questions about the mixing of the product? So you can mix whatever you have in your collection and you can actually come up with a lot of other colors. Oh, here's another one I wanted to try too. This one is So Sean. I named this after one of my clients. His name is Sean. He has cerebral palsy, but he is just an amazing young man. His commitment, his attitude towards life is just fabulous. When I tell you I love Sean, I love Sean. And Sean is just a man that he just possesses so much confidence in who he is. And he's all about the Black movement. They're always have been about the movement. And I just admire him and admire what he stands for. And so we honor him, and he liked this color. So when he liked this color, we named this color Sean. So I know you're looking at that, and Tasha, what about that color? I know you're looking at it, you think they're very similar. Yes, they look similar, but yet they're different. If you can see. If you can see the difference in these two, let me know. And they go on differently as well. So this is a color that you can put this on and you can line it. Let me put that on right quick. And then I'll line it for you. Then we can go on by our business. Are there any questions anybody have? A lot of these colors that I use today, they're really good for all year round colors. They don't necessarily have to be a summer color, a spring color, or, you know, and that's why I picked the ones that I picked. I could sit here all day and go through all the colors and you would be amazed. So I'm going to use this red, but I'm actually going to use very little of it. So for me to control it, I'm using this. I'm sorry, guys. I just got a call that can... Just that little bit. You see, right? Just that little. So if I wanted to ombre this a little bit, I could actually do this and feather it in a little bit more. And then feather this side in a little bit more. And then take this in here. Hey, Toma, how are you? So this is how you can feather it to ombre it a little bit. So that's how you can use. I wanted to use lipsticks to show you because sometimes people don't have a lip liner, but it always will have a lipstick. So if you don't have a liner, don't sweat the small stuff. Use your lipstick if you don't have a liner. And who says that you always have to line your lips? I'm not a big fan of always having to line lips, but I know that in certain cultures, especially in the African culture, they love lining lips. So that's a big thing for them. They love to line lips. That is like their thing, you know? They're always looking for a lip liner. That's Meredith. Yes, Meredith is like a copper gold. This is such a nice color. Eva, you will love this color. You should get this color. Meredith, it's so you. And I named that color after my girlfriend, Meredith. She is a celebrity manicurist, and she is out of New York City. And I named that after Meredith. There it is. This is it. So, guys, there you have it. I am about to sign off. I'm just playing. I'm just making a mess now. I'm just playing. That's what happens, you know. I start playing. I don't know when to stop. I have you guys on here till midnight. You want to be here with me till midnight? No, you can't be here with me till midnight because I can't even be here until midnight. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take I Am Golden right there. And I'm going to put it right here. Yeah. All right, ladies and gents. So for the gentlemen that are on here, hit me up. Go to bluffajo.com and let us get you a collection of lip color and foundation for your boo, for your Jew, for your fange. For the ladies that are on here, become a Bluffajo with Bluffajo Cosmetics. I also want to invite you to and tell you about our membership program. We have a Bluffing Society membership program. Well, because of COVID, we're not really doing any events, but we're going to start doing things virtually. And part of being a part of this membership club is that the investment is $30 a month. It's a great way to add to your collection, and you get one free product a month. So not necessarily just makeup. You get makeup, you get skincare, you can even get my book. You get makeup, you get skincare, you get wipes, anything that within the MaisieDunbar cosmetic brand, you will get that. You get one product free a month. And in addition to that, if there's something else that you would like, for example, if you're a lipstick wearer, every month we'll just send you a lipstick. If you want to get 2 lipsticks, you would then get that additional lipstick for 30% off. And then we have our founding members. And with our founding members, as a founding member, their rate stays the same for a year. As a founding member, and we're always looking for ways to expand our membership program, and that is one thing that we're working on right now. We're actually going to close the membership by September 30th of 2020. We're going to close the membership and just focus on the members that we currently have to bring new and better things to them, to serve them better. So now it's the time with this. I'm just telling you, now it's the time to become a member. If you love Bluffajo Cosmetics, if you want to add makeup and skincare to your regimen, I have a young lady in Atlanta that's making hand sanitizers for me. So we have our masks, we have our hand sanitizers, we have skincare. We also, of course, the makeup. Anything within the line that will help expand your collection of cosmetics, we have everything for you. Pencil, mascara. So there's no limit to what you can get every month. There's no restriction. So every month you will get a product. We also have another one called Try Bluffing. So for example, if you say, well, I really don't want to commit, Try Bluffing is for those people who are not committed. So you don't want to commit. You try Bluffing for 1 month. If you don't like it, you don't need to renew it. You just have it for a month. You do get the discount, 25% off your first order when you sign up for Try Bluffing. And then we have I Like Bluffing. So I Like Bluffing is definitely a different membership tier right there. You do pay monthly for that as well. It's $10 for $10 a month, and it's only for 3 months. So it's $30, but it's only for 3 months. So with that being said, the more value for your money will be the I Love Bluffing. And if you love bluffing, we would love to have you join our community, the Bluffing Society. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Kathy, you are on the other webinar as well. I mean, the other live as well. So I know a lot of you, Marita, Kathy, you guys took the time to do both, and I really appreciate it. I know it's a lot, but I carved out this time, regardless of how I feel right now. I carved out this time to come on here, and that was my commitment to you, to show you how you can blend some of these colors to be more effective, to be more fashionable if you chose to be with your cosmetic look. I know some of us are on Zoom calls and we just get on the Zoom, but if you can make an effort to do the lip color for your Zoom call and take a picture and share with me here, I would greatly appreciate it. I thank you so much. I wouldn't even be where I am if it wasn't for the support of so many of you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Make it an amazing, amazing Sunday. An amazing week, please. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks a lot, Marita. Thank you.